Revelations.Unveiled.Detroit.
Say now she is identifying as us.
Yeah,
Is that due to living in America?
that is due to her going to this prestigious Jewish, predominantly Jewish private school, and as she got older, they didn't look at her as Jewish because she was black.
Ooh,
And I had to break down to her. I actually had to show her the Hebrew Israelites and break that whole science down to her and tell her you are the original Hebrew. They are the apostles. So I had to go there with her. And me and her mother fought. My mother don't believe, like, who are they? They not really Jewish. They not, I had that fight with her. But I had to show her that. And then I had to deal with her thinking that she's not pretty because she's in this school and her hair is different. So they asked her, what about her hair? And they would give her all types of issues, man, at this private school. So I'm thinking I'm sending her to the best. Sending your black child to all white private schools, like, uh, sending your Jewish kid to a Nazi private school. Like, it tears the fabric of them. My daughter wasn't kind. My daughter's beautiful. And I'm not just saying it because I'm her father. She's beautiful. She looks like Alicia Keys. And she thought she was ugly. She thought her hair was ugly. She didn't like them. It got to the point that she would go to the beach and get a hat on, but she didn't want to get too dark. Okay. She lost all this weight. She didn't like she wouldn't put braids in her hair because her friend told her it was ghetto. Like, it was that, you know what I'm saying? It was that. And so I sent it to Florida. I sent it to Cleveland here with my sister for a couple months. She was all right for a while. She started embracing, her identity, but then she went back to school. She ended up being the black sheep. She ended up getting in trouble. When they start picking on you, so she turned into this, this outlaw at school. She kept getting in trouble, and she eventually got kicked out of the school and ended up homeschooling and graduating from home.
wow, bro. You know, we gonna mess around and have 100 shows because you just outlined something prevalent in our community. And dig these dimensions. So you actually have a biracial child. So that's your experience. And then the colorism itself in our community anyway, right? Your daughter primarily growing up with her mom. So we may not be sure if the concept of race was even in her brain. That's just mama and your dad.
No, it was no concept until she got older in middle school and the kids started telling her she was different. Before then, she just see everybody was just humans.
And another thing we in the community deal with is empathy, because with us being black, we black, but that child is multiracial, right? And what you're outlining is what they deal with when they're interacting. What do you call those people? The dominant, or
the dominant race at her school.
Okay, yeah. You are giving perspective to what occurs with a biracial child. You may be helping biracial children. You may be helping parents of biracial children, because I wouldn't know about that. And the torment she had to endure, because you go to school more than you do anything when school ends, right?
Yes.
And that analogy you gave, sending your black child to these all dominant learning facilities, we thinking they're getting the best education when they are being submitted to psychological terror and torment.
There you go. And that's why I'm in Atlanta right now, because I got a chocolate baby that's my complexion. And I'm not about to put her. South Florida is all about colorism. South Florida is really bad. Everybody want to look Latin and the long straight hair, and it's a lot of colorism and classism in South Florida, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and that's the reason I moved to Atlanta, because I'm at pretty much all black private school here, and they embrace her culture, her hair, and she, I think those first 8 years, that's what the Jewish folks do with their kids. They don't introduce their kids into the main society to after they train them up until they get into middle school. Then high school they might go to a different school, but they implant the seed on who they are, so they know who they are once they go into high school. You're not trying to find yourself. When you're trying to find yourself and you're in a society that nobody looks like you, you start to feel different and you want to fit in, and so you trying to be like them. So she would wear those little shorts that the little girls at her school would wear, but they ain't have no curves. They little skinny little white girl. She got curves, so she looked like a little fast little girl in these shorts. But she just trying to look like her friends, and she didn't understand that concept. And so it was tough for her. She had a rough time in school. She had a rough time. After middle school started, she started going downhill.
You just highlighted on a scale the need for us to create, maintain our own learning institutions, because my heart, as you outline this for your daughter, I'm stirred. I have a baby girl, and I would be mad if consciously I know when she gets to school, how you outline it is like when a prisoner wakes up in jail for the day and he got to deal with the noise and the threats from other prisoners and the guards, and on a daily basis, and I'm supposed to be learning.
Right.
So is my brain in the learning mode, or am I on defense? Am I emotional? Is my self-esteem? Bro, I mean, that's very deep. We need to be developing and maintaining our own institutions.
Yes.
Because if you destroy that self-esteem, that's like the spirit.
Right.
And you outlined for your baby girl how she was constantly tormented.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
She became an outlaw, stealing, taking their money. Like these kids at her school, like I'm talking about the owner of the Dolphins grandkids, the Red Sox owner kids, Prince of Dubai kid. She went to that. I sent her to that school. In my mind, she's not gonna have a Detroit public school education like I had. She's gonna be a lot smarter than me. So I paid to send her to the best institution. She's very brilliant, but her confidence level is very low because of what she experienced as a child in that school.
Is she working on that, or did she grow out of that? Is she a young lady?
She grew out of that, and she became after damn, I should know this brother's name, man. I feel bad. The brother that got killed by the police. I'm losing his name right now, man. But after that, what's the brother? Which one? What's the brother name? Or the one that had the movement happened after the dude was getting choked out by the knee, got killed.
George Floyd.
George Floyd happened. My daughter became like super pro-black. She was at every protest they live in Arizona. She had every protest. She identifying as black now. She thinks everybody, she started, I guess she kind of woke up because she was in in this world where that I guess color doesn't exist. And then she realized people started to, see who she was, and they started treating her differently. And then she became pro-black, man, after that. So now she want to know more. She asked me all types of questions. So she did. But so yeah, after her experience, she started identifying as black.
And until we are together again, I love you. I love you. I love you. To be continued. Revelations.Unveiled.Detroit.